I had a really difficult conversation last night. A friend of mine and I decided that the thing that was best for us in that moment or for the near future was that we would stop talking. And that was hard because this person I considered to be very close, and this person was my go to when something really cool would happen or something really sparked was a spark in my day or something I learned about myself. This was the first person I would talk to, and we decided yesterday to cold turkey stop talking to each other. And I've been thinking about, and I've thought about this before, but I'd put more thinking into it about why that feels hard. And I think it speaks to this aspect of just being human. Okay, I'll speak from my experience. Just speaks to my understanding of my human experience about wanting to be seen and wanting to be heard. Of these little moments that happen in your life, or these little victories, a moment of surprise, or just going, or if we're going throughout our day and we notice something that catches our attention, or something that excited us, or made us laugh, or maybe made us cry, or made us feel frustrated, or something that shocked us, anything, like anything that is out of the norm of our day, or something we thought of, a passing thought, a surprising thought, a revelation about ourselves, and or some conversation that we had that was out of the ordinary, or a conversation that we had that was amazing, or just a moment in our humanity, or just little snippets of our lives that happen. And if we never get the chance to share that with someone, it feels, I have felt that, like I feel like my existence is not being acknowledged to some extent. And I remember for many years, um, that described how it was possible for me to be around people but still feel alone. And that, I think, is a feeling that a lot of people feel, where they're working around a lot of people, or they're on a subway or on a train, and they're surrounded by people, and but they don't feel seen. And that is sort of what I'm feeling in a way right now after this conversation with this friend of mine, where I am around people all the time, but the depth at which I am seen is no longer the same as where it was yesterday, because I no longer have this human in my life, at least for the time being, who is curious enough and is interested to see those parts of me. And I think that's a similar dynamic that happens when you go through a breakup, where someone is so close to you, you literally have a stream of consciousness with them. And when that gets removed, it feels like, like there's a part of you that's no longer being acknowledged and no longer being recognized, and there's no avenue of expression in that kind of way. And I think this is yet one of those other veins of humanity that we all experience, and what can lead to some people getting very, very frustrated and feeling very, very alone when they don't have people around them that allow them to show up and express those kinds of things. And I mean, this is sort of tangential, but I think it speaks to why, as a very curious person, when I talk to a lot of people, or when I talk to people, I frequently ask a lot of questions and allow people to show up in a way that they might have never shown up before. And I think there's this dynamic happening where we all have all these experiences in life, and we all have these little stories to tell, and we're all wanting to share that with another human. But if we never take the time to listen, then our needs become unmet, and we become frustrated, and we start looking for people who can meet that need. And the problem is, well, we all have that need. It seems like we all want to be able to share that with someone, anyone, whether it's like platonic or romantic. We want to have that person that we can share those things with. And I guess this is turning into a dialogue about shaping the world that we live in, but um, I tend to want to be that person that listens because I understand how valuable that is. I remember, just having gone through so many phases where I was around people but felt so alone. I would like to be the kind of person that can give people the chance to not feel that, to feel seen, to feel like, wow, someone is taking the time to acknowledge my existence by being curious about these little things that have happened in my life that I may have never told anyone. And yeah, and that's really meaningful. And so that's just another thing that's been on my mind.